Welcome back, Dee. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Awesome. Where did you find the time and the strength to write 5 books in 2 years?
Only by the grace of God go I. But when I started writing, the first one came about and I thought, okay, do I want to do a second one? Do I want to do a follow-up or whatever? And I thought, sure, why not? Let's just take on the world here. So I took on the world.
You did, and you've been getting great reviews and feedback. Tell us, why a movie for the perfect Christmas?
I am probably one of the biggest Hallmark nerds, and my husband hates it because he knows October the 1st to December 31st. He doesn't get to control the remote. He doesn't get to touch that little button on that remote. I get to control it. It's my turn to have the remote in my hands, and I'm watching Hallmark, and every Christmas movie they have, I'm watching it. And I wanted that to be turned into a movie. So that's what everybody loves Christmas, because it's a big holiday and we celebrate it. Actually, we hope to celebrate it this year with presents and visitation and different things. But I wanted the perfect Christmas on Hallmark. And
you've got it. And there's some red mittens in there. And it's just amazing and fascinating. How did you come up with the ideas for your series?
Well, in talking to you, when we talk in different things, you said you always have to think ahead. You have to think ahead what the next step is going to be, what the next journey is going to be, or the adventure is going to be. And so we sat and talked about the 2 Degrees series. So I took all of the 5 books. They're all related in the medical field. And so when I did the very first one, it was about 2 nursing students. And so we thought, 2 Degrees.
Love
so
story.
It became the 2 Degrees series.
This is good stuff, guys. Check it out. So what is your next series in your head?
Well, after the 5th book, which is All His Love for Christmas, that comes out at the end of October of this year. In that book is mentioned some bulldogs and chihuahuas, some little wawas. And it's actually on the cover of the book. And I rescue bulldogs. And I have 2. I have a Victorian and an English one that are very, very close. We're all bonded. I mean, the cat's bonded, my husband's bonded, the child is bonded to all these animals. And I thought, what if I did in the next series a book about rescue and animals? Because everybody loves it.
They do. Yeah.
It's like our fur babies.
But now, are cats getting more views on social media than dogs, or are dogs catching up?
Well, you know, the dogs can be very demanding, you know, because they're a little bit bigger than the cat. So I'm going to say it's a little overwhelming for the cat to come back. But the cat has claws, you know, and we're feisty.
You bring this all out. And so there's still a love story there, right?
Oh, yes.
Somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there is a love story with these animals.
Now, you mentioned God in your books. Why would somebody mention God in a romance novel?
First off, why wouldn't you?
Okay.
And second off, my grandmother was very, very prominent in my life. We were raised in a lot of different faiths. I was not raised in one church because her girlfriends all went to different churches. So on Sundays I would visit, and she said, don't you ever, ever not say thank you to God. And so she said, you have to think in the terms of, you could not do anything without him, but boy, you can do everything with him. And so in there I mention God in several of the things when a tragedy occurs, that they pray. And then I leave everyone with my scripture that I always quote, which is Acts 20:35.
What does that say?
And everything I did, everything I looked at, I gave back. Because it's so much better to give than to receive. And my grandmother taught me that. And
that scripture's kind of shaped your life. So I'm glad you're here on the Michael D Show. I've got a final question for you. You hired a musical artist to do a music video to your book, Stolen Roses. Where did that idea come from?
So she was an actual pageant contestant in the Buttermilk Festival, Kentucky. You know, that's country.
Yeah.
So we really do have festivals back home in Buttermilk Festival, back home in Kentucky. 120 counties, 175 festivals. She competed in the Buttermilk, and at 7 years old, she won as Little Miss Buttermilk.
Oh my goodness.
And her mother and I, Agnes, we stayed friends. Her name is Savannah.
Yeah.
And they came to a book signing, and she said, you know what? You may need a country song to that. And I said, okay, so I've got Stolen Roses. She said, I've written a song called Stolen Roses. And I was like, you know, if that's not a God connect, you know, and he hits you over the head and you hope you walk through the door and you don't get a migraine, you know, and you fall on the floor. So she wrote the song to it. And then I had Ozier Production come in, and they did the country music video. And we just debuted that on Sunday night. I mean, can you believe that all this is taking place?
It is. We're gonna have you back when we have Savannah here to perform the song and show it to you. But Stolen Roses, congrats on your series, and congrats on being optioned and pitched for a movie.
I know.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dee.
Okay.
Bye-bye.